Hello, welcome. So today we are exploring the MagSafe Wallet for the iPhone 12 series and iPhone 13 series. So basically you have on the back, it's a straight that goes into a circle, and that's the MagSafe design that's embedded into the actual phone itself. So now this particular case also has that on the back. So this case sticks flawlessly to the phone. This is the iPhone 13 Pro, but again, iPhone 12 series and iPhone 13 series both have this. So it's really interesting, right? In the age we live in, a lot of folks don't really carry as much as they used to in their wallet. It's all in their phone. Your credit card, your debit card, your checking account info, really it's your debit card, right? So you don't necessarily need to have a check with you or a checkbook. Soon Apple will be doing where you can upload your driver's license into your Apple Wallet. It's funny, we have a colleague of mine that basically will do a wallet analysis. He's like, all right, take out your wallet, see what you got in there. And you're like, oh, I got this. Like, you don't need that, you don't need that. You can upload that, you can upload this, and there, you have like 4 cards now. So taking something like this, and for instance, a wallet that's MagSafe quality that you can have on the back of your phone or phone case if it's MagSafe equipped, really comes in handy. This particular one is made by Sinjamaru. Now, these are the top 4 that I chose off of Amazon. They rank from $10 to $20, so under 20 but above 10. There are ones below 10, yes, but I wasn't sure of the quality of them. Looking at the reviews and the feedback, I just wasn't confident in sharing that with you. So I wanted something that's going to be decent, not too expensive, yet not too cheap, or it's not going to work for you. So these are the top 4 that I found. This particular one is nice. It has a flap on it. As you can see here, you have that straight line that goes up into a circle. That's your MagSafe. So putting that on there, it sticks. Now giving it a tug, if you will, it's not coming off. Now it comes off. So it sticks. You have your cards that you can put in there. It's a neoprene flap, which possibly, I would say 3 to 4 cards max in all of these I would put. Maybe towards 3. Some you probably could get 5. But in the case of this one here, if you're doing 5 and then all of a sudden you go down to 4, it might be loosened because it stretches out. This flap is nice because, of course, right, we're carrying our cards, our life, if you will, driver's license, credit card, debit card, maybe an insurance card, right on the back of here. So you don't want anything to go missing or fall out. So you have that there. It's a good look, quality, feels good to the touch. It's not too pliable, pretty sturdy. So that is a good case. Now, prices have changed since I purchased this, but it is still within that 10 to 20 range. So the next one is also by the same maker. So this is Sinjamaru, basic magnetic wallet for Apple MagSafe. Now, interestingly enough, because you have the 12 Pro, which has that bigger bezel, it gives you a little bit less room from here to here. So you may be looking at these and it may say safe for the 13, safe for the 13 Pro Max, but then when it comes to 13 Pro, it's not listed. If you have the 13 Pro like I do, you're going to want to make sure you read the fine print to make sure that your phone will work with this particular case that you're buying. All of these do work for the 13 Pro, and they'll also work for the 13 and the 13 Pro Max because those are going to be a bigger spot. Meaning the 13, since it has the 2 camera lenses, this bezel isn't as big, so it's not going to push down as far. And the 13 Pro Max, yes, it does have the 3 camera lenses, but it's a little bit bigger, so you're going to have more room to work with here. So just wanted to point that out to you. This next one basically is the same maker and quality design, but it does not have that flap that we showed you on the previous version. So again, it has that circle with that line there for the MagSafe, pliable, same neoprene. It's got a little bit of grip here. There we go. So a little bit difficult to get off, which is good, right? You don't want it to be easy to come off. So again, it's got an easy access, if you will. My concern, it doesn't have that flap. I kind of like that flap. That's my security flap, if you will, just to make sure those cards don't fall out. Now, myself personally, in the job that I work in, I oftentimes will leave my phone out on the desk like that. Now, what I could do if I didn't feel comfortable with leaving that around is I could just take this and put it in the pocket. I have a very slim wallet now, so going to something like this is gonna be natural for me. I would just have to remind myself, oh, here's my life on the back of my phone. I don't want anyone to steal that. Let me just take that off and throw that in my pocket while I have my phone out. Or maybe you will use this on weekends or when you're out and about, not necessarily in a work environment, where this is nice too, because now all you carry is this and you've got everything. No backpack, no purse, no huge wallet. Maybe you want to be a little light. Maybe you're going to a concert and you don't want to have a bunch of stuff on you. This works out great too. So it's not something you have to use all the time, but it does come in handy. And for the price, it's really not that bad as an alternative. So the next one we have is the KIKET magnetic wallet card holder. Now, interesting color. It does definitely show up, and it comes with a fake plastic piece here, so you can kind of see how that would work. And I would say probably about 3 cards max. You could probably again do 4 in some of these, but you don't want to stretch it too much. It's got a finger piece here that you can take out a card if need be, but that's really the back of it. So that's how that would go on. Now, it does seem like it's not sticking as it should here, as much as I would personally like. It is sticky, but not as much as the other ones. Now we go back to this one, it's a little bit harder to move on that bottom there. So personally, I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable with this one, just because I feel that magnet piece is not really sitting too well there on the particular phone. So it kind of, you feel it kind of notch into place. That's when you know it's in there. Kind of hear it there a little bit too. But it still kind of moves around a little bit too much for my particular taste. And the last one we have, this one offers a different aspect to it for those of you maybe that watch videos or maybe do FaceTime on the phone. You don't necessarily want to hold the phone, you want it to kind of sit there. So this is made by BLBM Leather MagSafe Wallet, compatible with, again, the items we mentioned, lightweight, black, and it has a kickstand. So there's a little flap here that we are gonna pop out, and that is your kickstand. So that's how it looks. That's where your cards go in. So now how that goes on the back of the phone, just like that. And of course, if you don't want to use the flap, it's like that. When you want to use it, you just open that out, and there you go. A little bit of a vertical, so you can see. Maybe you'd more like it to be like this, but it's going to sit like that. Again, it does the job. I mean, you figure if you're going to be looking at it, it's going to be able to show FaceTime, you know, show your caller or the person calling you what you look like in your face, fine. It's not too much of a bad angle. Basically sits like this, so it's not too bad. But I like this feature. There was a few cases, like your Unbox Defender, where it had that clip. You could actually rotate the latch and you could do a kickstand with it, which a lot of folks love that. So again, I love that multi-purpose stuff, right? Things that have more than one use. So you have your wallet, you can put cards in there. If you need to take a card out because it's in there tight, you got that. And you've got this piece here. So sticks on pretty good. Not as loose down there, which is good. Tight up here. Well, it's still a little loose there, kind of like the other one. Keep going back to these. That fits in there nicely. Yeah, I don't know, that just makes me a little nervous. If it were me, I would personally go with this one with the flap. I think it fits nice, it's got a good look to it. I feel comfortable and confident that I have something there to kind of hold it just in case it fell out. So me personally, I would go with this one. Of course, you have Apple's brand MagSafe cases, And those are a little bit more in terms of price range. Maybe you're not willing to go there like myself. You want something on the cheap, but that's going to do the job. So personally, I feel good about this one. This is the Sinjamaru magnetic wallet, MagSafe with flap back. That's basically what it's called. So I personally like this one. Which one do you like? Do you prefer the Apple? Have you tried any of these Amazon ones? What do you think of them? Do they not work for you? Put it down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about these. Is this kind of the where we're going, right? Where we really don't have to carry anything else besides our phone anymore. Our phones are going to have all our stuff in it. How do you feel about that? Do you feel protected having your cards online in the cloud? What are your thoughts on that? As always, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you, and make it a great day.